Oh, you want to get started, Kelly?
No, you go ahead, because you need to do the
Yep.
reorganization.
Okay, at this time, we'll call this meeting to order. I do welcome everybody to the Allegheny Clarion Valley School District reorganizational meeting. This evening, we'll start with the reorganizational agenda. We'll administer the oath to the newly elected board members. We'll elect a president, vice president, treasurer. We'll fill various appointments. We'll also approve the 2024 monthly meeting agenda, and then we'll move directly right into the December voting meeting. And we do have a senior class here this evening to present a senior class trip. So this time, I'll turn it over to Madam Secretary. She'll conduct a roll call and the recording of the names of the directors present.
Randy Fight.
Here.
Jeff Powell.
Here.
Eric Sunlight.
Here.
Kelly Chaloyer.
Here,
Then now we'll have the recognition of re-elected and newly elected members in their representative areas.
This is Carrie Armagost, Allegheny Township, Butler County.
Here.
Patricia Anderson, Richland Township, Venango County. Here. John Burke, Scrubgrass Township, Venango County. Patricia Diane Page, Foxburg Borough, Clarion County. Here. We're vacant for Richland Township, Clarion County.
And we do have a motion on the voting agenda to advertise for that vacancy. And at this time, we'll open up nominations for any temporary chairpersons who can help lead our way into the election of the president. So this time I'll open it up. If there's any nominations at this time, I'll accept them.
I'll nominate Brady Fight.
Brady Fight. Are there any other nominations at this time? Okay, at this time, Brady, I'll turn it over to you to be the temporary chairperson as we elect the president, and then we'll turn it back over to the newly. Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm just asking.
You're right. Yes. At this time, can I have a second for Brady?
Second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Brady?
Fantastic. Administration of oath to re-elected and newly elected board members.
All right, just raise your right hand and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States. I do solemnly swear.
You want to break that up?
Yeah, that I will support, obey, and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Obey and defend the Constitution of the United States,
The Constitution of this Commonwealth,
the Constitution of this Commonwealth,
and that I will discharge the duties
and that I will discharge the duties
of my office with fidelity.
of my office with fidelity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danny. Any nomination of an election of the board of officers here? President, nomination for president.
I'll second that.
All right. Any other nominations for president? Okay, I see we need to do a vote then, so.
Yes.
So all those in favor of Kelly for president?
Aye.
Any opposed? Abstentions? Congratulations, Kelly.
Thank you, Brady. Okay, so we'll move on to vice president. Do I have a nomination for vice president?
Carrie Armagost.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. Are there any other nominations for president? I'm sorry, vice president?
I was gonna say, let's backtrack there.
All right, all those in favor of Carrie for vice president? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. And we'll move on. Okay, so we need to replace our treasurer as Megan is no longer on the board. Do I have a nomination for someone who would like to be our treasurer?
Nominate Patty Anderson.
I'll second that. Thank you.
Nice try.
Okay, any other nominations? Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. And Patty was just talking about how she didn't want to hear anything else today about money. Guess who's now the treasurer?
You fix yourself.
Okay. And we'll acknowledge at this time that our secretary, who does a fantastic job, Mrs. Tammy Thompson, her term expires July 1st of 2025. So we thank her for all her support and help, and for the dinner tonight. Thanks for putting that together, and for keeping us all on the right track. Okay, so we have some appointments here. I am the legislative chairperson at this point. Does anyone else want to take that position? Not seeing any. I mean, I don't mind keeping that if everybody's okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Carrie, you are the IU representative? Are you willing to stay in that role, or?
Yeah, I did take an executive position with the IU board. I would like to stay on. If everybody would like me
Okay, so I think we're all, we will appoint you to that position.
to. There's
Okay.
not usually a lot of takers for either one of those.
I know.
And we do appreciate your support.
Yes, we
Sir.
do. It's extra work, so we thank you. Okay, we do have two career center representatives. Brady, we'll jump down to you because you're here tonight. Are you interested in staying in that position?
Yes,
Okay, I believe we're all okay with that, but we do need a second for that appointment. Is there anyone who's interested in being second for the Career Center?
meetings are usually short and simple. Sometimes I call our kids, we'll break, whatever they're making in their class, and do some extra for us that evening.
What are the nights of the meetings?
It is,
The third Monday of each month.
yes. We don't both have to be there one night, on the same night, or
Okay.
anything, so usually in the winter time.
That can't work.
That's our meeting.
The third Monday? Okay, because we say we have a meeting,
I'm
so
sorry.
Yeah,
fourth Monday, the last Monday of the month. I'm sitting here thinking, wait a minute, don't we do it?
Sir, I'm just training for that.
I know. Is there anyone that's interested in stepping into that position?
usually in the winter time months, I can be there, and just if somebody can help me there in the summertime months, I'm working.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
I mean, I can do it if nobody else.
I will do it.
Okay, thank you.
Good. Thanks, Joe.
Okay, and then we do have an alternate representative. Do we need that when we have two?
A lot of times I have a hard time getting quorum, but I mean, AC Valley's always been well represented.
Tracy likes to have the alternative representative because of David said they do have a hard time getting a quorum. I mean, they send out an email, like a one call a week before to make sure that everybody's down for it.
Yeah.
I did get it one time.
Did you, Diane? Okay, well, you are currently the alternate. Would you like to stay in that position?
I can,
You can?
yes.
Okay, I don't think there's any opposition to that.
Thank you, Don.
Okay, the PSBA cabinet representative. That is me. There's not a whole lot that goes with that. Is there anybody interested in stepping up for that, or? Okay, would you like me to continue that? I can.
Sure.
Okay. I will do that. Okay, now we have some committees. If you just take a look at who's on those committees, we will probably keep them the same unless somebody would like to be removed or someone would like to be added.
We'll need to add anybody on this committee for Megan in her departure.
Well, we will. It's on down the list.
The athletic committee too.
Yeah, I have her crossed off here. We will when we get down there. Anybody for the technology committee meeting? Are we okay with the tech committee? You'd like to join? Okay, so we're going to add Eric to that. Is there anybody who's currently on the committee that would like to be off of the committee? Okay, so we're good with that representation. We'll move on to the athletic committee, which, yes, we need, Megan will be off of that. You can see who is remaining on the athletic committee. Is there anyone who would like to be added? Not hearing any, then we'll stay with what we have. I think we have a good representation, but if someone is interested, we can add you at that point. We'll move on to the finance committee. I do think we need to add someone to the finance committee in Megan's place. Patty's already on there and so is Brady. Do we have anybody else that would be interested in stepping up?
I'll join.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna add Jeff to that. Okay, I think that takes care of all of our committees. So if you would look, we have two options. We need to vote on our meeting dates for 2024. Tammy again has given us two options. Schedule A is one meeting a month where we do the workshop and the board meeting the same night. And Schedule B is when we have the workshop the week before, and then the second Monday and the third Monday is the regular voting meeting. Do we have any discussion on that? Do I have a nomination for which one you would like to continue with?
Personally, I really like how we've been doing it, the option B. I mean, it gives, I like the Zoom option, and then I also like the fact that we have a week to gather information and talk to our constituents about items.
Okay, so are you making a motion for Schedule B?
Yes, I'll make a motion for Schedule B for our meetings.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded. Any other discussion? So we'll continue as long as possible. We'll keep the workshops as a Zoom meeting, virtual. That seems to work out well. I don't think we've had any issues, David. You, okay?
We're good.
All right, so all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. So I think that ends our reorganizational meeting. And we'll move into our regular scheduled meeting, so if you stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We'll have a moment of silence. Tammy, would you again do the roll call?
Betty Anderson, Karen Armstrong here, John Burke, Brady White.
Here.
Diane Page. Here. Jeff Powell,
Here.
Eric Sunling,
Here.
Kelly Schwaliger,
Here.
and Megan Mitchell Township.
Okay. Wonder if John knew we had a meeting tonight, did he? Okay.
Friday.
It's an odd night, so I wasn't sure. Okay, would anyone like to make a motion that we waive the reading and go ahead and approve the official minutes from the November 13th, 2023 workshop meeting, and I assume also our regular meeting? No, you don't have those done yet? Okay, just our workshop meeting.
I'll make that motion.
Oh,
Okay, moved and seconded. Any discussion on anything on those meeting minutes? Not hearing anything? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Okay, I don't see any public participation, so we'll move on to presentations, and we are pleased to have the senior class. I assume it's Grace. Going to talk to us about the senior trip proposal. And I will move.
I'm Grace Bartlett, and I am the senior class vice president. My fellow class officer, Madison Fox, created a presentation for you to watch this evening.
Hello, I'm Madison Fox, and I'm a part of the AC Valley 2024 Senior Class Officers, and this year we are planning the trip to Atlanta, Georgia. Some of the general information is that the senior class voted to visit Atlanta, Georgia, and 92% of the students were interested in attending. The dates we would be going to Atlanta are April 10th through April 13th, and we would be using the Pittsburgh International Airport and the Atlanta International Airport. It would be at most $750 per student, all expenses covered, including transportation. Along with that, many of the attractions offer group rates or tickets. This is the tentative itinerary for the senior trip in Atlanta, Georgia. On Wednesday, we would leave after school for a flight at 7:05 p.m. at the Pittsburgh International Airport, have dinner there, and arrive at Atlanta at 8:40 p.m. On Thursday, we would go to Six Flags, have lunch, go to the Skyline Park, and have dinner. On Friday, we would visit the World of Coca-Cola, the College Football Hall of Fame, have lunch, see the Atlanta Aquarium, have dinner, and then go to the Atlanta Illuminarium. On Saturday, we would go to the Atlanta Botanical Gardens, have lunch, And then our flight would leave from Atlanta at 2:40, and we would have dinner at the Pittsburgh International Airport. Here's some photos of the places where we would go. We have Six Flags, the Botanical Gardens, the Skyline Park, and the World of Coca-Cola. Thank you all so much for your time, and I hope you have a great night, and be careful.
Does anyone have any questions about the presentation?
I have a question. How do we get to the airport?
The school will provide us with the bus, I'm taking a school bus, from the school to the airport, and it's for international. Any other
Grace,
questions?
how many total kids in the senior class are planning to, you said 92%, but what number is that?
The last survey that we sent out, we had, 49 students answer. I believe there's only 52 students in the senior class this year, and I think that was about 40 kids who were interested in going.
Then that cost of $750. Have the students been doing fundraising events since 7th grade? And do you think the majority of them have that money raised, or will they have to take money out of their pocket?
Yes. A majority of students, they have participated in fundraising since 7th grade. I know Mrs. Rothman has provided us with opportunities like we do like a sub fundraiser, we do for a popcorn company, there's an Appalicious fundraiser. But I've seen like the totals that the kids have gotten because I help, sort out all the stuff that we get from the fundraisers. And I believe a lot of kids will have a majority of the money to attend the trip.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank
Grace.
Grace, do you need a vote on that tonight?
Yes,
Okay.
thank you.
So we'll add that vote under new business.
Yep.
Grace, can I ask one more question? What's your mode of transportation once you get to Zamora?
Yeah, we're going to get a charter bus to take us to different places. And it won't cost, like, we have it factored into the cost of the,
Do you have contracts and all that, like on the 750?
no, do we have,
Like, do you have carrier contracts and bus contracts,
no,
or is the 750 estimate?
it's just an estimate right now. We haven't like purchased any of the tickets or anything yet because we need like approval from the board.
Okay, let's move on to board concerns. Just so everybody, I think you must have all gotten an email about this PSBA, the advocacy efforts they're doing as far as House Bill 1422. And you can sign up for a session tomorrow and Wednesday if you want to sit in. David said he sat in on it today and it was worthwhile.
Yeah, definitely. Just reiterated the importance of House Bill 1422, the amount of money it's going to save taxpayers in Pennsylvania. And the other piece that they really made clear throughout the presentation was the fact that it's not trying to eliminate any kind of cyber charter schools out there because there's a lot of support. But what we're trying to do is rein in the excessive spending per cyber charter school. And it's not the brick and mortar charter schools, it's just cyber schools. So the bill's strategic and I think is very beneficial to public education.
Just an FYI, since we cover 4 counties, Scott Hutchinson and Joe Pittman are our senators that are constituents that we represent here. Don't be afraid to reach out to other ones across the Commonwealth. I've reached out to Senator Pittman before about this and other items that have been coming through the Senate, just because we have constituents in the 4 counties.
Okay, just note that we are advertising. Do we need to approve that? Or I don't think we do we?
We have to advertise.
Yeah, we have to advertise, so I don't think we need a motion or anything. Just notice that we will be putting out an advertisement for the open position, so. Once we get any applicants, we'll interview them at the January meeting. And then vote publicly, and then that person will be on board. So let's hope we get applications. Okay, so we'll move on to the consent agenda. Short one. Is there anything you'd like pulled to be voted on separately? Not hearing anything. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Okay. What,
Second for that.
yeah, who was my second? Diane. All right, Patty, would you do finance and purchase?
Consideration to approve the final site order formerly called Blackboard in the amount of $8,465 for the period of July 1st, 2024. $1,293 period to July 1st, 2025 for $1,493 period through July 1st, 2026 for $1,693 and period 4, July 1st, 2027 for $1,893, period 5, July 1st, 2028, 2093 for website transition as this order contract is on automatic renewal and will be reevaluated in July of 2027 prior to automatically. So, second.
Okay, there was a technology committee last week, and the committee was on favor of, Aaron is doing all the work behind this, and he's on top of it, so something we have to do, we have to switch, so Aaron's been on top of it and will be conducting, he wanted us to get it approved now so that he can begin working on it. So he has some time before it actually has to go live. Any other questions? Aaron, is there anything you want to add?
No, I would prefer to stick with our website, but they're retiring that web manager when the new company merged. So as much as I don't want to do this again, we did it 3 years ago. You kind of have to do it. And it shouldn't be nearly as bad because they're doing all the transition, all the new, the old files are going to move over. They're going to do all that. I just have to put website stuff back where it's supposed to be. So it shouldn't be too bad.
Okay.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, Aaron. And we do note that we make sure we put in the minutes so that we will remember, because it is an automatic renewal the year before, we want to reevaluate, make sure we're okay, we're happy with it before we let it roll over. So somebody in 4 years, remember that. Somebody put it on their calendar. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Okay, personnel, we got one there. Carrie?
Letter A, consideration to approve transferring Aaron Stoddard from the part-time 3.75 hours per day child specific aid position to a full-time 7.5 hour per day child specific aid position at an hourly rate of $13.32 per hour. All required paperwork is currently on file for the office. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. All right, Jeff, do you want to do instructional services?
Absolutely. Elementary report.
I don't really have a report since we've had 5 school days since the last board meeting. But I would encourage you to look at the district calendar for the upcoming events in December. It's always a busy month with the Christmas things coming up, like our elementary band and chorus concert on the 15th. All of that information is on the district calendar. If you wish to attend those kinds of events, you can keep track of us that way. And that's it.
Thank you. Secondary report, Dr. Jordan.
No report from the high school either.
Okay. Western Secure Treatment Unit report.
Well, the report would be that we are back in the classrooms. The classrooms are open now, so that's good news. We are in all 4 classrooms for instruction. And there is an open house scheduled, so you've got an invitation for this. It has been scheduled by rite of passage, so I can't take complete ownership for that, but we've asked, that we could have guests come in. So we are inviting you, and we're inviting local elected officials, and then anyone rite of passage is sending this out. So they would ask if you wanted to attend and make sure to RSVP so they can properly prepare.
Federal Programs report, Andrew.
No.
And district report.
No report, Jeff. I just wanted to reiterate the importance of supporting House Bill 1422, and I think I've already done that.
And student board representative report. You already did one. And school police report.
No report.
No report. My job is complete.
Good job. I don't believe we have anything for policy.
Nope.
How about a facilities report?
We're just accepting bids on replacing the hot water boiler at the high school.
Okay.
Thanks, Jim.
Okay, transportation. Diane, could you do that for us?
Sure. Consideration to approve the request from Kelly Stefanis to remove a 2017 Kia Sorento 2423 from her fleet and add a 2020 Kia Sportage 0975 to her fleet. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstentions? Motion carries. Okay, who haven't I picked on tonight? Eric, would you like to do the miscellaneous?
Sure. Career Center report?
I was not at the last meeting. You making the affidavit?
No, we just met as the facilities committee prior to it, and we reviewed a number of different items. One, expanding the welding shop was an ongoing discussion. We're looking at potentially putting a new roof on the career center or adding a layered rubber roof onto it. And there's some leakage on the side of the building that we're trying to identify the root cause of that. So we've been really spending a lot of time on facilities up there as well. So outside of that, they have a contract negotiation coming up at the end of the year, and we had a short discussion about that.
How's the new secretary working out?
Great. Yeah, she's fantastic, making a good transition. And Linda's last meeting we had with her, it was all good.
Your meeting to report?
Our reorganizational meeting is next Wednesday.
Correspondence?
Nothing.
Technology today?
We met briefly, and I missed part of the meeting, but we were just discussing the contract for the website and what Aaron's planning to do. We're planning a meeting in the end of January to discuss if we have any budgetary needs or needs for next year. So,
Athletic today? We've not hold. Football field renovation?
No update.
And financing.
No update.
okay, do we have any old business? New business, we need to discuss the senior class trip. Any discussion on that?
So days for it.
April 10th through 13th.
will there be a nurse or somebody that goes along?
What has historically been the travel radius from DC Valley?
I don't know that there's any set. David and I were talking about that, the distance. Did they go last year or the year before to Gatlinburg?
Last 2 years.
Last year.
Last 2 years. I don't know that, Atlanta's a little further, but it wouldn't be a lot
I've
further.
been to, I know they've gone to Williamsburg.
They went to Orlando the COVID year, remember, they went in February, class of 2020, then they came back.
Came back in COVID.
Okay, so that answers your question. We really don't have a set policy as far as the distance they travel.
Okay. But I don't think Atlanta's much further than.
I wouldn't think either, as far as,
My other concern, and I'm not opposed to the trip, just to be clear, okay, is I think the numbers are a little low on the cost of that, and that's coming from just coming back with a group that just historically does that every year this time of year. It's a little bit higher, airfare usually this time of year. However, I think there's quite some progress. I'm not a great flight rate on that. Concerned that over half the budget's gonna be in airfare.
The flights that I have looked at, we're planning to fly with Southwest. And the flight going to Atlanta, it appears like the lowest rate that I can get is $111. And the flight coming back from Atlanta is $134. So we need to contact Southwest, and see if we can get a deal worked out.
Yeah, you
can
can
say
say
group
group
rate.
rate quite some time, and if you can get them booked more early enough, so I encourage you to get on that piece early because Easter's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
And people will be working for that.
I think that's the Easter. Easter's early this year. It's the last week of March. Or last week.
But you may have.
And Grace, can you provide us updates monthly on that, how things are going?
So do you guys currently have anything booked for transportation to the airport, airfare, hotels, transportation to Atlanta, or anything like that?
They can't really do that until we approve it.
Right.
Right, okay, I'm just seeing if have you made contacts with it or so you've gotten prices on everything else?
Yeah, we have prices on everything. We've contacted Six Flags, we contacted Six Flags, we contacted the World Coca-Cola. And we've gotten their group rates and the tickets for each of the different places will be under like $40 for everyone. I think Six Flags is the most expensive and it's $40. And the Skyline Park that we want to go to will only be like $6 or for each individual person. But I can provide you with updates like on the different prices, the different group rates that we have for the different expansions.
Okay. I'll agree with Patty, I think the 750 is a little low, I think it's gonna be higher than that, I hope not, but I think 750 is low.
Have you looked at lodging too?
Yes, we've looked at hotels. We've estimated it's going to be under $100 for everyone, or for each individual to stay, but Mrs. Rothman wants to put like 6 kids in one room, which I think is quite a bit of kids.
Yeah, I don't think the 6 kids in the room, that's a bit much.
Unless it's a extra big room, but, yeah, sometimes they have,
That's 100 a night then, right?
Or, no, we're all, the entire time, not 100 a night.
What hotel are you guys staying at? Where you get the quotes from?
We are looking at,
Okay.
and then that way we can also get free breakfast as well, so we don't have to pay for breakfast, the breakfast would be.
so if we give her approval tonight, maybe like in January, Grace, you could come back and tell us kind of the figures that you have now for everything.
Yeah, I can even provide you with like a spreadsheet of everything that we have. I can make that. We'll have a meeting this week on Wednesday, and I can talk to Mrs. Roth and the other officers, and we can create that and share that with everyone.
Okay. Any other discussion? Does someone want to make a motion to approve that as it stands? Do you want to add anything to the
I make a
motion?
motion that we approve the
Okay.
senior trip for April 10th through 13th.
Okay. So we have a motion to approve the senior trip to Atlanta on the dates of April 10th through 13th. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Abstention? Motion carries. Okay. The only other new business I'd like to see, if you guys are interested, we usually try and meet with the staff yearly, and it'll be coming up budget time, so I didn't know if you'd want to meet with them in January before the board meeting, just to kind of have an open conversation about what they might see is needed for next year. Is that okay with everybody?
Definitely. This time though, we make sure we have our time correct. I know last time that there was a confusion in time, so half the staff wasn't able to be there for it. So we
Right.
can just make sure that we're all on the same page, on date, time, and location.
So I think we went 4:30, before we done it 4, but I think we went with 4:30 because it was easier for some people that were working to get there. So is 4:30 okay? Yeah, because our next, 15th would be our formal meeting, so if we do it before it. The 8th is our workshop. Let me double check my dates. Yes, the 15th. Does 4:30 work for you folks? Okay? All right, I'll take care of letting the staff know so they can put that on their agenda if they're interested in attending. Any other new business?
I just have one thing. I was contacted by a parent, and I knew I brought this up before, and then I think I forgot about it. She had inquired about the yearbook and, trying to find a way that the students could provide input on the yearbook as far as like design, art, things of that nature. And I know we had originally talked about, Lucas possibly doing the yearbooks, but now that we do have a good company, I think that we have approved in the
Yeah.
interim. So I don't know, Bill, if you could maybe talk to Cindy or someone to see about possibly, having a group of kids that are interested in working with that company to provide some input.
I know Cindy has reached out to students and has had our office reach out to students in the past. But I'll be honest, it's been difficult even to get students that are willing to take pictures of events and provide those things. It just doesn't seem to be a ton of interest.
Do you want me to give you the name of a student that reached out, whose parent
Sure.
reached out to me that was interested? Okay.
Sure.
I mean, I know what other schools do is it's a class. So they sign up for that class yearbook and they do it as part of the class, and it's a great course, so,
I think it was a club.
I was gonna say, it's a club.
yeah.
It's a club.
Wasn't it, Dave?
Yeah, my father-in-law did it for a number of years.
Yeah.
Is it still a club?
So I mean, you can do it either way. As a class, they get grades for it and they get credits for it, so.
To do it, and Cindy, she works, she can't come on club day, to be able to organize.
At least for the rest of this year. She's retiring, I believe, in June.
Yes.
So, I don't know, think about it. If you think kids would be interested, it could be, I don't know if it'd be a course we could offer.
We actually did just, through library budget, order 2 new cameras, because I am hoping that some students, will pick that up. Because Cindy just can't be at every event.
Right. I know she does a lot, but
She
Can you
does.
make it part of the art curriculum, like it incorporated into one of the art classes, or?
We did try that a couple of years ago, but again, student enrollment in that class has shifted, and some kids don't have interest in
That part.
doing that part of it.
Well, I'll give you this student's name.
Excuse me.
Make it a club.
Well, again, Cindy doesn't work in the school, and I don't have a teacher that's willing to take it over as a club.
yeah, and if we offer it as a course, then we have to have a teacher, I don't know who, if there's anybody that would fit in their schedule, so. It's not an easy solve, I don't think.
Well, I'll pass the name off. It's
Okay.
really good.
Thanks, Gary.
And you can reach out to the student, thank you.
Okay, anything else? Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Or second.
Yeah.
Moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
Kelly, can we break into a short executive session
Yes.
to discuss personnel?
Yes.